Oh, you know what? I wasn't even on camera the whole damn time. I forgot to hit the button, but that's all right. Y'all was looking at the screen and y'all just heard me in the background. That's right. But we in the building. That's right. Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference coming up fast, October 5th and 6th. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. Newark, New Jersey. This is going to be off the hook. 40 plus speakers, 1,000 attendees, man. We got parties. We got all kinds of stuff planned. There's manufacturing and delivery licenses just came down. I mean, not manufacturing, delivery, distribution, and wholesale. We're going to be talking some goodness about that as well, ladies and gentlemen. We got some surprises for you. Everybody who wants to get a product made, we got some people in place. We're doing Manufacturers Row. Manufacturers Row this year, baby. If you got a product and you're ready to get it done, and you're ready to get that product made, we're going to bring the people with the manufacturing licenses ready to manufacture your things so you can talk to them and start to get your things together so that you will be ready and in line to produce those products in New Jersey. Big up for New Jersey for loosening up the edibles rules. Big up to Jersey for loosening up the edibles rules. That's right. We can get a little bit more edible action. Still a little low. 5 milligrams in the beverages. 5 milligrams ain't really enough. But lightweights, you know what I'm saying? That might hurt. That might help you. All right. But anyway, big up to you, man. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't going to get too crazy today because I got a lot of different things I got to do and cover in this one. This is actually our last one. Can y'all believe it? I made it. 10-week webinar series, baby. Damn. 10 weeks, baby. That's how we do. All right. Anyway, it's the last one, so we got to do it big. All right, let me get to my announcements. Let me not get too crazy. All right, first off, ladies and gentlemen, like I told you, Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference. Go October 5th and 6th is coming up fast, ladies and gentlemen. The goodie boxes are already sold out. VIP tickets are already sold out. Platinum tickets are already sold out. The hotel's about to be sold out. You better hurry up and get your rooms too. So I'm just telling you, go to realcanna23.com, realcanna23.com, ladies and gentlemen, and get your tickets right now. They're 20% off to the end of the week, and then they're going to go up. So you guys got to get them now. Guess what? We also got one-day passes just released. One-day passes are just released, guys. So if you can't make it both days, it's okay. You can come Thursday or Friday. It's okay. You don't got to come both days if you can't make it both days. We got one-day passes to help you guys out with that as well. All right. Second announcement. Let's keep it pushing. Private Cannabis Mastermind Group. You guys have heard me talk about it over and over again. You heard me talk about it on stage. We started this back in 2018 with 5 of us from New Jersey. This group is now consists of 172 cannabis professionals from all over the world, including the Virgin Islands, Spain, Amsterdam, South Africa, and we share business ideas. We help each other businesses grow, and we do it big. In the Mastermind Group, ladies and gentlemen, it's a private group. We don't let everybody in the group. Yeah, you got to be about that life. Got to be about that life to get in there. We only let good energy in the group and people that are about that life. So you're about that life, man. Go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind, and you can apply to get in our mastermind group. We only open up applications once a year. Go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind, baby. Mastermind. If you want to get in our group, it is a paid group, ladies and gentlemen. You got to pay to play, baby, because we ain't playing no games. We want serious people in the group. And guys, if you are serious and you're ready to grow your business, many of the speakers that you're going to see on stage, like Kim B, like Chef Jazz, like Tara, all of them are in our mastermind group. Dr. David, all of them are in our mastermind group. Teresa Panacea from Panacea Payroll. Bruce Jolliffe, the cannabis accountant. Man, we've got so many. Guys, this is like you having a consultation that you're paying $10,000, $20,000 and having these guys at your fingertips every single month to do our mastermind. So I'm just telling you, it's a no-brainer, guys. Hurry up and get in. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. All right, going to move from that. And then my last one, hold on. All right, we're going to get this other one up. Now, actually, I'm going to do that one last. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I got a guest. I got a quick guest. We're going to do Angela Mays, right? You guys saw the blunt accountant, right? The blunt accountant, baby. Yeah. That blunt, man. You got to count your blunts, man. You got to count your blunts, ladies and gentlemen. The blunt accountant's in the building, man. Angela Mays, big up to her. So glad to bring her up on stage this year, man. Been dying to bring her up on stage. She's done some phenomenal stuff, guys. She's done some phenomenal work with some of the operators that you've seen on stage, and she's gotten them in and out of issues and wrapped them up and made sure that they were insulated, guys. So that was the reason why I wanted to bring her on stage this year, because Angela really knows her stuff, man, in order to protect your business, and that's why she's going to give you some jewels today. We got 20 more people chiming in. That's what's up, baby. Y'all still coming in. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, check this out. All right. So before that, we're going to get on to something else, man. I was telling you guys I got another surprise for you. All right. We're going to bring up the Rutgers Law School. You know, they got something special for you guys. You saw them at the conference last year, right? You saw Rutgers Law at the conference, right? Yes. That was super dope, man. And Rutgers is now embracing and bringing out a cannabis program, a cannabis certificate program from the law school that you can showcase that you, my friend, have really learned this thing, you know, honestly. And that's coming from a nice, prestigious institution. You know what I'm saying? You get a certificate from a prestigious institution for cannabis, man. That's what I'm talking about, Rutgers. Let's go, RU. Let's go, RU, baby. Let's go. That's right. Big up to Rutgers, man. Represent, man. But I'm going to bring on a special guest, man. And you saw her at the conference, Vanessa. She was there holding down the booth at Rutgers. She couldn't be there this year. So I wanted to bring her on to tell you guys more about this program because this is an important program that I don't want you guys to miss. So we're going to bring her on. Here's Vanessa. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? Vanessa Williams in the building.
How are
What's
you?
up, Vanessa?
How are you? Thanks so much for having me. I've got my Rutgers shirt on. You can just about see it. It's awesome to be here today and say hi to everyone. And I'm sorry I can't be at your event this year. It was such a blast last year, and I know that everyone who comes is going to have a completely amazing time. So I just wanted to hop on and say that if you go to Gary's event, the Real Cannabis Entrepreneur event, and you come out of that and you're like, yes, I need to keep going. I need to keep educating myself. Our certificate program starts the week after. We kick off on October 14th and we go for 6 months. We're mostly online, a couple in-person sessions, and we cover all of the legal aspects that you need to know about to run your business in New Jersey. We have guest instructors who are the tip-top lawyers in the industry, a huge range of guest speakers, capstone advisors. You'll get one-on-one feedback on what you're doing, and we'll take you through everything from the licensing process, compliance, working with your local municipalities, right, and then bringing it all together at the end.
Yeah, man, that is what's up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about a full comprehensive program that Rutgers has rolled out for y'all. A full comprehensive program, man, that you could get. And this is, you know, from a nice, big, accredited university, man, that you can showcase, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very important that you further the information that you know, right? You got to be a professional at this thing. And you got to be able to showcase it. But there's also other things that require some training, some cannabis training. You're going to need these things to qualify for certain things, guys. You know that, right? So this is why it's important for you to check out Rutgers Law School and get in there to program for the cannabis certificate because just like, for example, the EDA is coming out with the grants. What is it today? Is it today or tomorrow? Today, I think it's coming. 27th, they're coming out with that grant. Part of the grants is that you have to have a certain amount of training, some professional training, some things that are there, guys. This is another way for you to have it. And guess what? This is not going to be the last time that we're going to see this, right? They're going to continue and come out with different programs and different things that they're still going to tell you that you need some type of professional training. Show some accolades. Show that you're serious. So this is a really great way, man, especially coming from RU Rutgers, man. I mean, giving you a nice, prestigious certificate to post up on your profile, on your digital. And you guys do the digital badges, right, Vanessa? You guys give out the digital badges?
Copy certificate, but you'll also get a digital badge, blockchain verified, all that good stuff. You can post it to your socials. You can put it on your website so that anyone who's checking you out online can be like, oh, they've got this credential. That's awesome. They know what they're doing.
Yes, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really, really a great program. And everybody that's been through the program, the reason why I did this as well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't just do these things out of the blue, guys. I don't do them just for the willy-nilly. It's always a reason. It was because multiple students that were taking that course, some of them were my clients, my consulting clients that I was putting through the cannabis process, were telling me how awesome that course was and how much they were learning in that course. So that was the reason, guys. And there's many of the operators who are operating right now that are really doing their thing right now that have been through this same course and learned and got their chops up. So I wanted to bring it to you guys because I'm telling you, more education never hurts. It always helps. And it's only going to make you look better and get you more opportunities, especially coming from Rutgers. And you get a chance to network with other operators in the state at the same time. Because you guys do a combination of both remote and live, right? Vanessa, you do it remote and live.
Absolutely. So most of our sessions, they're Wednesday evenings. They're via Zoom, so you can join them from anywhere. But we have first and last classes in person and some meetups throughout the course as well. So you get to meet, as Gary said, you're meeting other people who are in the space, people who might be further along than you, people who might be less far along than you, people who might be working in ancillary businesses, people who are looking to work for you. So those connections that you build with other students, as well as with all of our instructors and our guest speakers, that it's a huge part of it.
Yeah, man. And they have some really great instructors. Shirali, guys, who you're going to see on stage, right? Shirali going to see on stage at the conference. She's always killing it, man. She's so dope, man. She's just so dedicated to it, and she really, really knows her stuff. She's one of the instructors over there. Who else is more instructors over there? I forgot.
We've got Molly Lustig, who I know a lot of you will know.
Molly, yes.
Segura. We have Natasha Andrews from the National Association of Black Cannabis Lawyers. We have Dan Pierre. Those are our core instructors, and then we will be having, we had so many guest speakers last time. I think we had nearly 40 guest speakers last time we ran this program, so I'm not going to list them all right now.
Wow. Yeah. Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, man, go get that, man. Real Cannabis, Rutgers Cannabis Certificate Program, Rutgers Law School Cannabis Certificate Program, ladies and gentlemen. This is a way for you to get educated about all the different things. They're going to teach you about cannabis law. They're going to teach you about all of the ordinances and how to go through the accounting. And it's a comprehensive program, man. And it's a 6 week. How long is it, Vanessa? 6 weeks.
6 months.
6 months. Oh my goodness! Wow, you're really getting value,
guys.
There's
weeks off in there. You get time.
Yeah. That is great. 6 months of training. I mean, and it's really affordable. And you guys also have scholarships. Is that correct, Vanessa? You have scholarships for people who don't have enough money and they got to stretch it out. Some people are a little tight right now.
Yeah, our scholarship applications closed in August, but we do have payment plans so that you all can make payments on a schedule of your choosing, and you have like the full 6 months to pay those. And happy to talk about how to make it work for everyone, because I know that like for new business owners, money is tight. So my email address is all over the website and stuff. You can reach out to me. You can book a meeting with me. I'm always happy just to like meet folks in the industry and hear what you're up to and talk about if the program's right for you.
Good deal. Ladies and gentlemen, go to learnmore.rutgers.edu/cannabis. What is that? I forgot. Law business. All right, let me say it again. learnmore.rutgers.edu/cannabis-law-business. Go there right now, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up, guys. Sign up. Check out that program. Big up to Vanessa. Big up to Rutgers. Big up to Rutgers for embracing the cannabis. Rutgers Law School at that, y'all. That's a big move. Y'all don't even know. There's a lot of politics. There's a lot of stigma. There's a lot of everything associated with this thing. At one point, you couldn't even say the word cannabis at Rutgers. Did y'all know that? You couldn't even say it because they had to get through all of the stigma and all the rigmarole, and everybody got to fight their battles and say, come on, guys. Come on. Let's make this, this is a real industry. This is real medicine. Let's stop playing around. And that's what they did. So big up to Rutgers because they're one of the first big, larger universities that I've seen bring out into the forefront and take that step. So big up Jersey. Big up Rutgers. Big up. Let's go, Vanessa. We're going to get this thing done. Let them know. Any closing words for you, Vanessa? Any closing words before we let you go, man?
Just thanks so much for having me on here today, Gary. And I know you all are going to have a great time at Gary's event. I'm so sad I can't be there again this year. It was so much fun last year. So I hope you all have a great time. And I hope to hear from you. If you have any questions, let me know.
Let's go. Vanessa in the building. Rutgers in the building. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Yes. That's a dope one, y'all. That's why I had to bring that up there, man. That's a big one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get busy. Are y'all ready to learn? Are y'all ready to learn some really good stuff, man? Really good stuff. I told you I got to bring Angela because she is next level with it, guys. I'm telling you. She's next level with this accounting game, man. She's surgical. She's surgical with this accounting game, ladies and gentlemen. And she's going to show you some different things and stuff that, she tells me are various things that tweak my mind and, make me think about other things. I talk to a lot of different accountants, talk to a lot of attorneys, and I listen to everybody and I get a lot of insight. But I love listening to people when they can present something new or they can tell me something that I don't know or something that I haven't heard from other individuals. I always like that. And that's the reason why I had to bring Angela, because she's up on it, man, and she knows some stuff. And she was able to unravel some very difficult scenarios with some other cannabis operators who are in some very deep trouble. Angela unraveled their behinds and got them clean, baby. It was some serious stuff. Now, accounting is one thing, but going through and correcting crazy issues is another, man. It's a whole lot bigger, bigger type of scenario. So Angela, I want you to come on screen if you're back there. Angela's getting ready in the background, guys, and I'm going to bring her on in a minute, man, but I just want to make sure she's on camera. Before I do that, one other thing, I'm going to do one other announcement. I got another announcement, guys. Crowdfunding. Oh my gosh, I did not even mention it. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that we just got the partnership with the only crowdfunding platform that allows cannabis-friendly companies? The only cannabis-friendly crowdfunding platform, Real Cannabis Entrepreneur. We got the partnership. Took us 3 years to get it, baby. We are partnered now with Mainvest. So guess what's going to happen during the conference? While we're doing our famous cannabis business pitch, we call it Spark Tank, our version of Shark Tank, right? People are going to be pitching from the stage, and guess what? you'll be able to invest in real time. Everybody in the audience will be able to invest in real time. Everybody at home will be able to invest in real time. Everybody watching virtual will be able to invest in real time. This is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, this has ever been done at a cannabis conference. The first time, ladies and gentlemen, this has ever been done at a cannabis conference. Had to go through many SEC rules and all kinds of stuff to get this thing going for y'all. But guess what? We're doing it, baby. October 5th and 6th. You better be there. Spark Tank is on October 5th. You better be there. Spark Tank is October 5th. You better be there. We got the main best partnership. You're going to be able to invest in real time. And I'm bringing you some real phenomenal business models, guys, that you are going to want to see. So, Angela, come on screen. Come on camera back there. You're in the backstage. I just want to make sure she did. She's probably still getting ready. Oh, no, she's there. She's there. Angela's there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's in the chat? Y'all haven't been getting busy enough in this chat today. Y'all getting lazy on. Oh, y'all have. I haven't been looking. My bad. Hold on. Who's here? Real quick. Valerie, represent. Big up to you. Guy Channel, big up to you. Lori's in the building. What's up, Lori? Panacea Payroll. Kim in the building. What's up, Kim? What's up, Kim in the building? Tristan's in the building. My MD Dabber. My Maryland Dabber's in the building. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. Angela's from the DMV. All my MD people. That's right. And she's from the DMV. Represent. Share the dabs. Share the dabs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how we do at Real Canna. This is Angela. She's never been on a Real Canna stage. We got to bring her in the Real Canna way, ladies and gentlemen. All right, everybody. Right now, in that chat, I want y'all hit them A's, 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 A's. Everybody hit the A's for Angela. Everybody hit the A's. We got to get her hype, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get her hype. Get her hype, y'all. Hit the A's. Let's go, Valerie. Let's go, Tristan. Let's go, Guy Channel. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get her hype, y'all. We got to bring her in the right way. I need more A's. I need more A's. Not G's, A's. I need A's. Let's go. David, give me some A's, baby. I need to bring Angela. We got to get her hype. Valerie, big up to you, Valerie. She's going hard on the A's. Another account going hard on the A's. David's going hard on the A's. Let's go. Godfather, bring Angela in right. Angela Mays, the blunt accountant. Lori, the blunt accountant's in the building. She's coming to Jersey. I try to tell you, yes, there we go. Y'all going crazy now. Y'all going crazy now. All right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Angela Mays. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for her. Angela Mays, the blunt accountant's in the building. Let's go. Yes, what's up, Angela? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, afternoon. What's up? How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, man. We've been waiting for you long and ready for you to come on here and drop some jewels. Everybody's excited to hear from the blunt accountant, right? We're bringing in some fresh blood, man, from out of state, bringing in some new stuff to bring us some new talent, some new ideas, and some new strategies. So, Angela, man, I thank you so much for coming on here. We're gonna dive right into it. We're not gonna chop too much because I know you got a lot of good stuff to say and a lot of good things to contribute here. So I'm gonna let you take the stage at this point, Angela, and you're gonna just take over here, and you could dive right into it and just start to go through the goodness of everything you want to present here today.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to taking the stage next week. I can't believe that it is like literally a little over a week.
Yes, 8 days. 8 days, man. Nine. Let me not rush. 9 days.
So first, I just wanted to say a little bit about me. I've been in the cannabis space for almost 5 years doing accounting, but I have 25 years of experience in accounting, finance, and consulting, working with Big Four accounting firms, focusing on audit readiness, internal controls and processes, business process reengineering within the DoD and Intel space. So I just took all of that experience and transferred that over to the cannabis industry, where I pretty much focus on compliance, 280E compliance and audit readiness. And this pretty much came about because of the TIGDA report that came out, about 3 years ago? And TIGDA is the IG for the IRS. And they came out with a report entitled "The Growth of the Marijuana Industry Warrants Increased Compliance Efforts and Additional Guidance." And basically what they did was they audited plant touching businesses in 3 states. And based on that information, they had some recommendations for the IRS as far as compliance to 280E. A majority of the returns that they audited failed to comply with 280E. And so this is a really big issue. And one of the things that my background was in audit readiness was that I wanted to focus on making sure that plant touching businesses were audit ready, seeing now that audits within the industry are starting to occur.
Starting to occur. Yeah, and we say, and this is a running joke that everybody says in cannabis, right? It's not if you're going to get audited, it's when you're going to get audited.
Yeah, so I wanted to focus on making sure that how I did accounting was also audit ready. If you were to get audited tomorrow, how prepared would you be? So what I do on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, yearly basis, is to make sure that your systems and processes, your accounting processes and procedures are in place, and the accounting is 280E compliant, to make sure that you are always audit ready. So that is pretty much what I do and what I focus on in the industry.
Yeah, that is super dope, man. Everybody's got to be prepared for the ugly, big bag, ugly hand of the IRS, right? We know it's coming, and especially when you're dealing with cannabis, you got a lot to keep track of, a lot to keep, while you're running this very complicated business. Is the reason why you need professionals, especially accounting professionals, is the lifeblood. I really say that that's probably the most important quarterback you got in the business, in the cannabis business, is the accounting. After I learned everything about cannabis, I realized your accountant is your superstar. That's your quarterback, man. Without them, you can't do jack. They're the ones going to call the plays. They're the ones going to set you up so that you know how to operate, so that you can retain more of your profits. That's the whole thing about doing it the right way, so that you can retain more. You can do it the wrong way and they can just rob you, but you know, that's why we get Angela, to make sure we don't get robbed, right? Yeah. Yes.
No, you don't want to get robbed.
IRS, man, they be sticking us up something fierce. You know, they come heavy, and Angela's going to keep the fire off your back with all the audit readiness.
And one of the things too is that if you're not following 280E, you're subject to compliance, 280E compliance penalties with the IRS. So that's another reason why you always want to be audit ready and in compliant with 280E, at least for now. I know they're talking about rescheduling, but up until it's official, you still have to follow 280E and be compliant. So
unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's schedule 3 ain't happening that fast. Everybody thinks I was talking about it and think it's going to change things overnight. That's going to take a good while. There's a lot of rigmarole, a lot of politics got to go through to make that happen first, right?
Yeah, that, and the fact that it's likely not going to be retroactive anyway. It's going to be from a certain date forward. So any dates prior to the go live with no 280E, is you're going to have to be compliant prior to that. That still leaves you open to being audited under the previous 280E compliance regulations. So
so when they flip, if they were to flip, they could still come back on you and say, wait a minute, back off based off of this old stuff we can still run this back on the old rules. We got to put you, we're going to still judge you on the old rules. Forget the deschedule. That's how they going to roll, huh? That's what they're saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much that. Well, that's typically how the IRS operates in when they're implementing new compliance or taking away current compliance. You have it's up until a certain date. It'll go live and be official from that date forward, and that's typically how it happens. So, and another thing that I like to do with my clients and just people in general when I speak is just to educate people, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you are a business owner, you're focusing on your craft. You're focusing on your area of genius where you like to work. So you don't really know about a lot of the accounting operational side. So one of the things that I like to do is to educate and make sure that the business owner understands how their business is being run from an accounting standpoint, making sure they understand the numbers. And I work with them to see basically, what are your goals? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? And what I can do from an accounting standpoint to help you get to that to that point, whether it's to own more dispensaries or grows, move out of state, become a multi-state operator, whatever your goals are. The goal is to help you to grow, build generational wealth, so that you can sustain yourself in this industry. Because, you know, the people that you had on last week, they were so good. And the guy said that 90% of small businesses fail.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the 90%. And then in the cannabis industry, it's a little different, but still, when you speak from a holistic standpoint, just small businesses, you know, they don't survive. So you want to be in the 10%. So that's what I focus on, is making sure.
Now, you also said something else, Angela, that's important that I learned in my business as doing things. I'm a serial entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. I got a whole bunch of different businesses that I created and did and list. So I've been through a whole lot of structures, a whole lot of accountant talks, a whole lot of legal talks. And I learned very quickly, man, that my accountant was again, one of the most important people, man, that I was just saying simple things like, oh, I just want to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And then my accountant would be like, wait a minute, you're going to do what? Hold on, wait, you better change this. You better change the structure like this, or you're going to get this, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. All these little things that you don't really think of as a business owner, that's the reason why you got to have these professionals around you who do it all day, every day, because you'll just think it's one little simple thing. I'm just going to start this new LLC, and then I'll flip it over there, and then I'll do this and do that, do this. But then there's tax implications. There's bookkeeping implications. There's all these other implications. One of the things I learned being a serial entrepreneur and having dirty books, it wound up costing me more money at the end of the year, every single freaking year, instead of me just putting it together in the beginning, going to get Angela, say, Angela, set me up and get me right from the beginning, so I don't got all this willy-nilly stuff all over the place. Then we come back, then it's putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Then it's me and accountant going back and forth trying to determine what deduction, what this can get. Oh, do you get this? Did you do this? Is somebody in school? But it's all these different things, man. But if you do it from the beginning, it makes it really so much easier. And in cannabis, I wouldn't even try it. And I wouldn't even try to go willy-nilly like I do some of my other small businesses.
Right.
This is too mission critical.
And that's one of the things I also like to work with businesses as they get started. Because what has typically happened to me in the past is that I'll get a client after they've already opened, as opposed to when they officially started, so that everything that occurred from the time they were awarded their license up until the time they opened their doors, there's no record of it. They're not keeping any record of it. So having to go back and clean up those prior years, because in their mind, they're thinking, okay, well, I'm not really in business because I'm not, I haven't opened the doors. So I don't have to do accounting, and they don't start till the doors are open, not realizing that you still have those prior years. So those are some other things that I like to make sure that new business owners, as they get started, just even if you can't afford to hire an accountant at the beginning, just go ahead and get QuickBooks, hook it up to your bank account, and just start downloading all those expenses. Somebody can come along later and clean up a QuickBooks if all the transactions are there. But if you haven't done anything, then you're just kind of recreating something from nothing, and that's what makes it very difficult. So
that's a really good tip, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better pay attention to that one. I've done that so many times, right, and learned my lesson after I dogged myself out, messed my companies up, had stuff all over the freaking place. I said the least thing, when I learned what the accounts needed and what made their lives easier, I said, well, the least I can do is make sure that I download all my freaking statements. I download all my digital transactions. I got them in a spreadsheet, so it's easier for me to go through it versus those statements. I learned my lesson in banking. Some of the banks only keep your digital records for like 6 months, and then you stop getting you can't get an Excel file, you can't get a CSV, you can't get it, and now you got to get it from the statement, the PDF, and getting that all those numbers from the freaking PDF, y'all. It is so, I'm telling you, that drove me crazy one year because I got lazy and did not download all my records on a monthly. Now, literally, and all my calendars and reminders, every month I have a reminder that says, download all your statements, download everything.
It works in any industry, just being organized, regardless of whether you plant touching or you just in a whole nother industry altogether. But yeah, it's a real nightmare to not have it. So that's a really good gem, Angela, that you spoke on there. Now, I want to go back to audit readiness, being audit ready. What are some of the main mistakes you see everybody making when it comes to being not audit ready? What is everybody doing? What are they falling off on? Well, one of the things that when you are audited by the IRS, they're going to look at two areas within your business: your cash receipts, which is your revenue, and then how you're allocating your allowable expenses under IRC 471. So from a cash receipt standpoint and or revenue standpoint, it's having processes and procedures in place to make sure whatever cash you're bringing in, that you have a cash management system in place, which is basically your processes and receipt procedures around the cash coming in and cash going out of your business. And for an example, using a dispensary as an example, for instance, because now you're going to have a lot more cash transactions maybe before, instead of a lot of swipes with the debit card and all of that, since most of that has gone away. But tracking from your cash registers, the cash that comes into your business, most people will take cash and turn around and buy something with the cash before they actually record the full amount. So for instance, if you received $100 in your business, you need to record $100 before you take out 20 to go buy whatever it is, some supplies or whatever it is you need to buy for your business. Instead of recognizing the $80, you need to recognize the $100. So that was a lot of things that I found that businesses weren't doing. And
man, I can't believe businesses are still doing that one. Now I know better than that one. Good gracious, y'all.
Yeah, and you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It comes with being educated so they'll understand, because it's not that you're intentionally doing something wrong. You're just like, oh, okay, let me just take some money. I need to go buy these things or whatever, not realizing that all income need to be recorded, what came in for the day, and then anything outgoing needs to be recorded, and any receipts to back those expenses up need to be downloaded and filed and kept into a filing system where if you were audited, you have access to that information to provide $20 was spent on this. Here's that receipt for $20 that show we went out and bought this. So it's just a matter of putting the policies and procedures in place and making sure that everybody follows those procedures, and that includes how your vault cash, what goes in the vault, what goes out of the vault, if you deposit it in the bank, all of that needs to be documented, signed off on, so you'll have a paper trail or audit trail of all of these transactions. So that's part of putting in like a cash management system with written policies and procedures and making sure people are following those policies and procedures.
Right. Now that's another good point, man. Putting things in place, making sure that the procedures are there. There's some horror stories, especially about cannabis. You cannot just be pulling money out of that account and putting it in other accounts, buddy. Now we're playing a different ball game. This is not just a regular small business, and there's some horror stories out there, unfortunately, and I couldn't even believe it, man. There's this little young girl. I told this story before. I got to get her on one of the shows. She's around, but she's like a little younger. She looks so young. She's in her 20s. Man, but she had a cannabis business and she wasn't aware. Just like Angela said, you only know what you know, right? She was thinking of fine, like a regular business. I could take money out and just put it in my bank account, my personal bank account. Take money out my cannabis account, my cannabis business account, put it in my personal account. Do y'all know that's a crime? Y'all know that's a crime. You cannot do that. They will lock your behind up. You better not take out one penny out of that cannabis account and put it in your personal account. That's right. That girl got locked up for it. She had to do like 2 years. They really locked her up for real. I was like, that is so messed up. But they're showing you they're not playing games, y'all. So yeah, you better learn these rules. You better have accountants like Angela on deck. So Angela, what do you guys say about that? Why can't you take money? Let's explain. Why can't you take money from a cannabis business?
That would be any business, but cannabis, I mean, it's so highly regulated. It's such a highly regulated industry anyway, and everybody has their eyes on the industry. So you just really have to make sure that you're crossing all your T's and dotting all your I's. And like I said, as a business owner, there are just some things you just don't know about, or you may not understand, and that's why having an accountant that can explain these things and make it easy for you to understand. But one of the things about this industry is considered a cash, what they call, the IRS calls it a cash intensive business or a cash intensive industry. So they tend to be under a little bit more scrutiny when it comes to cash management as opposed to other businesses, because the IRS goes into these situations expecting you to be under reporting your revenue. So it's a little bit more scrutiny put on how you handle cash within your business, because they're going to go in with the assumption that you're under reporting anyway. So they're going to be really looking at your cash management process. So if you have a documented process where you can show the ins and outs, and that what you actually reported as cash receipts on your tax return matches what you have here, on the accounting side. So that's one of the biggest things that you need to be aware of.
Discrepancies, right? Discrepancies. Now, I want you to talk a little bit about the other thing that, that I found out about, and you mentioned to me, was that form that you have to fill out when you go to the bank and you have over a certain amount of cash and you're a cannabis business. Because I didn't know.
Report. It's called a report of cash payments over $10,000 in trader business. It's Form 8300. It's the Bank Secrecy Act.
That's what they were talking about. Okay, Cannabis HR partner, I see you. You was on point. They said IRS 8300. Yes. Yeah. That's what we were getting to that topic. Yes, but go ahead, Angela.
Yeah. If you receive, and this is cash payments, and this probably would be more, I think, from a cultivation side than a dispensary side, because all of the dispensary, you don't receive $10,000 in a transaction, in a cash transaction.
Right.
You were likely to pay 10 or more if you buying product from a cultivation.
Right.
But the cultivation would be responsible for filling out that form and collecting the information from whoever that transaction occurred between, and then making sure they file that form with the IRS. And starting out, I think it's in 2024, it has to be filed electronically. It's supposed to be filed within, I believe, 15 days of the transaction occurring. And it's something that some business owners may not be aware of, or their accountant may not be aware of. If you have an accountant and they're not, maybe a cannabis accountant, they're not aware of that particular form,
right,
the penalties and interest for failing to file it altogether, I think it's almost like $29,000 per form, and then $250.
Good gracious.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And from the research I've done, that has gone up consistently, like each year. That threshold of what that amount is. So it's very important to just even to be aware of it. So if you know that your business is selling items, or selling items, that merchandise inventory that's over the $10,000 limit, make sure that you're filling out that form.
That form every single time. Every time. $29,000 for not filling out a form, for taking over the transaction over $10,000, going to deposit something in the bank over $10,000. You don't fill that form. They're gonna ding you guys. These are the small little nuances that you got to have professionals on your team, and you better put a system in place, because even when you know this, the day-to-day operations rigmarole, right? We all get busy and then we forget, and then we went and we did deposit something and we did this, and then we said, "Did you fill the form?" Oh no, I didn't fill it. I can't remember if I filled it. All that kind of stuff is a procedure that needs to be in place for these businesses, and you guys, so that you don't make these mistakes, especially in cannabis. It's too mission critical. You cannot afford to make these mistakes with a $29,000 penalty on your back, man. So it's really, really, really serious stuff. So Angela, what else you want to talk about today? I know we talked about some other things. Oh, I know what else I wanted to ask you. Now, there's a very strategic way when it comes to retailers, cannabis retailers, we can't deduct, and cannabis retailers can't deduct any damn thing, right? Nothing but cost of goods. There's no lights, there's no employees, there's no electric bill. You can't pay for nothing without deducting it. Pretty much, they said we can only get cost of goods. What is any other way that you could possibly get some of those expenses deducted legally? You know what I mean? Legally get them deducted, because they tell us right now as cannabis retailers, because you buy a product from somebody that's ready to sell and it's ready to sell form, you have no like raw goods. So you can't even deduct anything from that. They're just saying, all you can deduct, man, is the cost of the goods that you
Cost
buy.
of your
That's it.
inventory
That's
plus the
all.
transportation cost to get it.
Can't get the employees, can't get a payroll, can't get electric, can't get water bill, can't get supplies. Nothing can you write off. But there was I wanted to see if there's any other strategic ways that you can write some of that stuff off.
Well, if you have a storage, if you have a storage facility that's within your dispensary, because cultivations and manufacturers, they have more expenses that they can allocate into their cost of goods sold versus what a dispensary can. Mm-hmm. So if you have to keep meticulous records, but if you have like a storage area within your dispensary that's specifically for storing your goods or your inventory, that storage area space can be used to allocate some of those expenses. Like for instance, if it's
she just gave, hold on, Angela. No, she just gave y'all the bomb. I hope y'all was listening. I set this up so y'all would hear this special bomb right there from Angela. But she just told y'all. I hope y'all were listening. Were y'all listening? Y'all pay attention to what she just said? This is some stuff, guys. You can't deduct nothing, man, as a retailer, you know? But if you were to allocate, like Angela said, maybe some specialized storage space, maybe something else that's just used for that. Now, what happens, Angela, when you do that? What happens when you start to do that?
Depending on the square footage of that storage space, you can allocate the percentage size of your expenses based on the size of that storage space. So if it's 10% of your overall square footage, then 10% of the electricity or of the rent and different things, you can allocate those into your cost of goods sold. You can also allocate, if you have, and this is if you're keeping meticulous records of what your employees do. If you have a bud tender that spends 50% of his or her time in the storage area doing inventory related tasks, then you can potentially write off that part of their salary or their earnings, because they're spending some of their time working in the storage area doing inventory prep or getting whatever is needed to be done and ready to put on the floor. Right. But it requires you to keep meticulous records of that person that's been assigned to do those tasks. And that's where having a good HR system in place where they can be able to record that and you have the backup.
Now, there's another important one, ladies and gentlemen. Angela just gave y'all another juice. I hope y'all listen to this. Wake up, y'all. Y'all got to tell me y'all listening out there. I see y'all all on there, but I need y'all to hit me in the chat. Let me know that y'all listen to this, because she just said something else very important as well, man. It's about allocating those things and keeping the records, right? And she's talking about accounting. And having not accounting, but HR in place to keep records, because everything has to be recorded down to the T, so that everything matches up. That's the reason why you got to have all these different service professionals who really know what they're doing in order that you can pair them together. That's the right reason you guys need Teresa from Panacea Payroll. She's the only one who knows what the hell she's doing in this canna game, man, for real, and payroll and HR. And I'm telling you, you need somebody like that to be paired up with someone like Angela, who's accounting. That way you can start to creatively take some of these deductions that normally would not be even possible. But with very strategic setup and planning, pre-planning, you can save yourself a whole lot of money, man. So I wanted to showcase that, Angela, because you said something that was so big, guys. So wake up, y'all. I'm telling you, she's dropping some jewels here. All right, so go ahead, Angela. Go ahead. What else? Where were you next? So we were talking about.
And one of the things that, because of the granularity of the reporting required, when you're doing your allocations, just having a good cannabis chart of accounts is what's very important, because it helps your accountant to be able to do the allocations regardless of whether you are a dispensary, a cultivation, or you're a manufacturer or vertically integrated. If you're vertically integrated, just having a very detailed and granular chart of accounts, so you're making sure that you are capturing the transactions correctly in these accounts. It helps us as accountants to do the allocations in a way that benefits you or decreases your profit margin or your gross profit, which is what you're taxed on. So the goal is to legitimately decrease your gross profit, because that's what your taxes is going to be based on. So you want to make sure you have good records of how you're doing your allocation, and to make sure it's consistent. So as long as you have the records, you have written processes and procedures in place where you can show, if you're ever audited and the auditor wants to come in and see your work papers and understand how you're doing your allocations, as long as you have everything documented and you can show where these numbers came from and how you came up with the numbers, that legitimizes your financial statements, but it also corroborates what you're reporting on your tax return.
Right. So making everything match up, ladies and gentlemen, that's the bottom line. Making it all match up from all directions, right? And the allocation is where it starts, right? Allocation, guys, you're going to learn that word a lot from your accountants, man, but it's one of the most important things in cannabis. You're going to hear everybody talk about allocating these expenses properly and proper categorization, because wrong category is something that means that you might be able to not deduct this, that, or third, create some other liability. You got to get it right in order for you to maximize the amount of capital that you can keep within the business without the IRS coming in to swipe it out, man. So that's also more important stuff, man. I mean, Angela's been dropping it on us today, y'all. Giving us some bombs today. All right, now let me see. What else did we leave out, Angela? I know there was something else we had on that bullet list today that we're going to cover, because we got about 10 more minutes. And but there was something else. Let me see. What else did we talk about? Talked about allocation. We talked about how to possibly deduct some of the space out as a retailer. And that was a very important one, ladies and gentlemen. Then we talked a little bit about how to be audit ready and some of the mistakes that the business owners are making. And the biggest one is not accounting for the money that comes in before they start spending it. And that's going to be a big problem in cannabis too, because cash, right? And everybody's taking the cash, saying, oh yeah, just take the cash, go down here and do that, buy this. Oh, we need some more paper. Go take some cash out of the thing and do this. Yeah, that's a big problem. You don't want to do it like that. So there's going to be some cash management procedures that are really going to have to be put in place for people to utilize this. And I guess we can borrow from the liquor stores. Well, liquor stores take mostly credit cards, but who's more cash business? They kind of got a lot of cash too. The bars, casinos, right? They're all cash-based business, right? So we could borrow from that. And that's a lot of the things that I've seen, and a lot of the cannabis plans were borrowed from a lot of the casinos and other things like that. So you can look at some of those people that were heavy on cash and study and see what they're doing to handle the cash and make sure that you have something in place the same way. But ours is a little bit different because it's even further regulated in cannabis. So you got to be even more stringent with it, And
then the difference also is that when you're a small business, you operate differently than, larger organizations. So there are a lot of small businesses, period, regardless of the industry, who really don't have written, procedures and showing how they do what they do. So it's and I know from a cannabis compliance side, just not even talking about accounting, I know that you have to have processes and procedures in place on how you handle inventory and just different things like that. You're opening and closing of the register. Like I've worked with dispensaries and I've seen and worked with some of the people who provide them their compliance or their standard operating procedures from operating the business as a whole, but also having them from an accounting side that shows all of your accounting processes and procedures and how they interact with the others. Because when I created processes and procedures for some of my clients, I had to use some of the processes and procedures that they already had in place and refer to those as I'm writing the accounting and the processes and procedures from an accounting standpoint, having them refer back to the other different processes that they already have in place. So you're going to not only need it from a holistic standpoint on how you operate your business, but you're also going to need it from an accounting standpoint to show how your accounting functions are set up and operate.
Yeah. Good stuff. And Valerie, THCFO, she brought up a good one that we forgot about. Flow through entities. We were talking about entities. Well, not really flow through entities, but structuring. I know flow through entities. There's a little controversy with some of the flow through entities and stuff like that. But I'll let Angela address some of those issues for you, Valerie.
Flow through entities in my presentation, I mentioned them kind of on a high level as something to be aware of that could lead to a potential audit, is based on a flow through entity. If your business is set up as a flow through entity, meaning that it's an LLC, set up as an LLC, and then it flows through to your personal tax return, your personal 1040, could lead to an audit of your personal tax returns. So when I speak of flow through entities from that standpoint, it's just from an educational standpoint to be aware of the potential of your personal tax returns coming under audit based on how you have your cannabis business entity set up. So I always tell clients, well, most businesses start out as an LLC because it's like usually the easiest and the least expensive way to set up your business. But as you grow and become profitable, you may want to consider looking at other entities so that way that it doesn't affect you from a personal standpoint.
Right.
Because if you end up owing on on your personal taxes, that can cause all kind of problems from a personal standpoint. So I always tell people just to be aware of your entity selection and how it affects you from a tax standpoint, not from we're going to set up all these different entities so you can try to beat 280E. I think that was another thing that some companies were doing, and that just wasn't flying with the IRS. But from an audit readiness standpoint and just being aware of the type of audits, a flow-through entity could lead to an audit of your personal tax returns, as well as you could end up with, when we talked about Bank Secrecy Acts, you could end up with a Bank Secrecy Act audit as well of the forms, if you're filing them or whether you're not filing them. So those are some things that are good to be aware of.
Yeah, see, this is it again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why you got to get professionals like Angela to take care of all this stuff. There's no way in the world you're going to run a business and learn and know all of this and keep it at the top of your head and be able to manage it all. And it's just a lot to think about. And when it's time for you to be strategic, you need to be using your mind power on real strategy to get your business ahead, not about these other things that you're not the expert in. And that's why we just suggest to go get these individuals like Angela going to tell you what type of corporate structure, what you need, how to reduce the amount of liability that you have on you, how to make sure that you're prepared for an audit or deflect an audit. So all of those different things, man, are part of the game, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just super important that you do have these professionals on deck, because this is just too much for one individual to try to manage all on their own. You know what I mean? So quite some stuff. Now, guys, you guys in the chat, did y'all have any other questions? Because we blew through a lot and Angela did good. Guys, I got to say this too. I haven't plugged the whole time. October 5th and 6th, Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, baby. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. Go to RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. October 5th and 6th, we're going live. Doubletree, Newark, New Jersey. We're going to be there. The largest ballroom north of AC. Last year, we overflowed the parking lot still. This year, we got private parking attendants. It's going to be off the hook lot. So you guys make sure you get there. Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference. You're going to see Angela on stage. Angela Mays, the blunt accountant. You see her right here, along with 40 other speakers, guys. So go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com. All right, entrepreneur.com. Need the personal contact info. Sorry, we're not giving out personal contact info. Y'all got to come to the show. I'm making y'all come to the show. We only got a week away. Sorry, I'm not going to give it to you until you come to the show. So you could come and you can hang out with Angela. You can kick it with her. We're going to party. We got after parties every day. We got a mixer on Thursday. We got a mixer right after the event. We're going to all chill through that right on site at the hotel. Friday, we got an off-site after party. Going to be off the hook, man. All types of goodies and all types of greatness that we're going to indulge in, and that's going to be off-site at our private place so we can do whatever we want and chill. You know what I'm saying? So Valerie says, great presentation, Angela. That's right. That was good stuff. Give it up for Angela, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for her, man. That was a lot of good stuff, man. We wrapped up real fast. Big up, Angela. Now, Angela, you're going to be up here, man, coming on stage October 5th and 6th. I want you to do some closing words, man. What can everybody expect from you on stage? What additional information are you going to go into? What additional things are you going to drop for them? What other goodies are you going to give to them that normally you wouldn't give to people, but you're going to give them something special because you hitting that stage?
I'm all about education. I just think the more you know, the better off you'll be from just running your business and being able to sustain your business. So I like to provide action items for small businesses, as well as a list of things to keep top of mind. So for if you are a plant touching business and you are looking, you're in the process of hiring an accountant, I provide you a list of things that you need to, questions and things you need to have to ask as you interview accountants. And if you don't have a cannabis accountant, if you have an accountant, but they're not cannabis accountant, then you can provide this information to them as well, so they can go out and educate themselves to be better accountants for you. So that's one of the things that I do.
That is really dope, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all took a note of that. I love that, Angela. That's what I do, man. I do the same thing. If I'm not going to be your service provider, I'm going to at least educate you so you don't get beat by some other unscrupulous joker out here and come back to me and be like, man, all y'all are con artists. That's what happens when you got bad players in your industry, right? So I try to make sure that if I can't service you or if I'm not the right person that you want, I'm going to at least give you some other things that you can select somebody, do some things. And that's what Angela's going to give you guys when you come to the conference. She's going to give you some ways that you can actually select an accountant and know how to determine how good an accountant is. That's one of the things that all of us business owners go through, trying to select service providers when you don't know anything about the service. How you selecting somebody? That's like recruiting for the NBA and you don't know, you never play basketball. What is that? Like you have to learn something about your craft in order for you to recruit properly. That's one of the things I tell people about my cannabis marketing boot camp. I say, guys, I got a lot of big CEOs and execs that really don't have the time. They're not going to be doing this marketing themselves. But I always tell them, guys, come in the course anyway, learn this stuff because it's going to show you and make you dangerous enough that you know how to speak the language. And now you can go out and you can hire somebody who's really nasty with it. And you could say, and you know, like, oh, no, you're not gaming me. I know this, I know that, I know this amount. That's why you learn these things, guys. It's not that you're going to do them yourself, but you got to become a weapon enough that you can speak the language and at least hire somebody intelligently and know that you're getting a good hire. Because hiring wrong is one of the worst things and most expensive things in every business. Big up to Teresa Panacea, HR payroll, man. It costs so much money. And when I had a bunch of employees in my company, I never realized it until every one of them turned over and how much money I lost by retraining, rehiring, redoing, everything, reaccounting, all these other things, man. So I'm just telling you guys, take Angela's advice, man. Get it tight. Put all of the ducks in a row, put all your service professionals together, select them early. You heard her say, get them early, start early. Don't wait, start working on it early in your business so that you don't have things to lag behind and pull together. So you gave her a lot of really great points, Angela. I just wanted to re-summarize for everybody, man. Angela did her thing, guys. Put some A's in that chat. Put some A's in that chat right now. Put some A's in the chat. Angela, the blunt accountant, I am going to give them your website, though. I will give them the website, guys, but y'all got to come to the conference. I'm going to give y'all Angela's website, the blunt accountant. And what is it? It's thebluntaccountant.com.
Yes.
See, it's so easy. I don't even need to write it, guys. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know that's a dope name. That's why I had to get it too. The Blunt Accountant, man. Big up to that. We got to make sure, guys, you're going to check her out on stage October 5th and 6th, man. And she's going to bring that fire to you, man. And she's also going to be there and have a booth so you guys can come up and talk to her, kick it with her, have fun with her, all that, man. That's what we do. We bring people that are really going to, give you some real information and share information. So a lot of people are greedy with information, man. We're not a real canon. We make sure we give you guys everything, letting it all out. And Angela's the same way. That's why we had to bring her on stage. Big up to you, Angela. Any closing remarks today?
No, I can't wait to see you guys next week.
Let's go. Angela on stage. Big up to you, Angela. Thank you so much. Throw those A's up in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first time on a Real Cannon platform, baby. Let's go. Let's bring her out. Let's take her out right. And we'll see you October 5th and 6th. Angela Mays, the Blunt Accountant, ladies and gentlemen. October 5th and 6th, RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com, RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. All right, Angela, peace out. Thank you so much. The Blunt Accountant, ladies and gentlemen, in the building, man. Once again, oh my goodness, I can't believe it, y'all. I can't believe it. This is the 10th webinar of the 10-week webinar series. I can't believe I made it today. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I made it, y'all. I made it, guys. Big up to y'all, Lori. Big up to Sarah. Big up to everybody in the chat. Valerie in the chat. Big up to my human resources. Zena, I see you up in there. Lori, what's up in there? Gaetano's up in there. Hey, thank y'all so much, man. Big up to her, man. I just wanted to make sure that we highlighted that because accounting is so, like I said, it's the most important thing in cannabis. Once I realized and I studied it inside and out, I realized that is your quarterback, man. The accountant is going to be the one that's going to make or break your business in cannabis. So that's the reason why we had to bring Angela, and she's going to bring a lot more additional clues. We talked about a lot of stuff off camera and offline that Angela's going to cover in her presentation. A lot of times in these presentations, ladies and gentlemen, it's me. It's the stuff that I'm thinking about that I want to know that nobody else is writing an article about, or they write an article and it's too surface level. Then they never go deeper. And the professionals are trying to keep that information over here because they want you to pay for it. I get the people that come up on stage, I get them to address those things, ladies and gentlemen. And you get that information for a fraction of the cost that you would by being a consultant and go and get a consulting session with them and doing a full-blown thing with multiple consultants. Now you're going to get 40 consultations on stage. 40 consultations you're getting in 2 days. Each one of those consultations would be about $5,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Man, that would be, do the math. Talking about $100,000, man, for the amount of consultations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired, and we're only 9 days away. I got to get busy. I got to get all the speakers on stage. Go to RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com, ladies and gentlemen, RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com, and get your tickets 20% off. Don't miss it. Holla back.